Okay, so what's going on, guys? So first of all, this is a 360 frontal that I am preparing to bleach the knots, that is, for a client because I'm making them a full frontal unit. Now, as you can see here, what I'm basically doing is like flipping the frontal inside out so that the bleach will not get on the hairs of the actual frontal itself. Now, here we have is BW2's powder, and then we have the 20 developer in Clairol. Now what I'm doing is putting in the black bowl, which is like a sort of like a measuring cup. Normally what I like to do is measure it with like a measuring spoon, but I like to have the appropriate measures of equal, ounces. So if you have 2 ounces of powder, I like to have 2 ounces of the liquid. Now here, I'm just, because I am experienced, I'm, going by the measure, I'm going by basically by eyesight, basically. And it's better to put little in first than pour too much and have to need more powder. So basically when it comes to mixing your solution, you need it to be a thick substance. If it is liquid, you need to add a little bit more powder because you do not want that bleach to run through, your lace. Now, here you see me, stirring it up with a fork because I left my brushes at home. I'm in my dorm room right now, so I left my brushes at home, sadly. So you have to use what you have to use. And you want to stir it up and stir it up and stir it up until you have a thick substance. And you see me right here like lifting it up just to see like how easily it falls. Right now you can see it's like very, chunky. Okay, so right here you see me spreading it out with the with the knife. Sorry, actually that was the wrong side of the actual frontal itself. That was the wrong side that I started off on. I like to start off at the very front of the frontal, so exactly where my edges is going to be, or where the client's edges is going to be, because you need to apply that bleach right there because sometimes it doesn't pick up, and sometimes you don't want to basically have to go back and re-bleach that part because yeah, like I'm telling you from experience, you want to go as far out on them edges as possible so each part of that lace is bleached. You don't want to just bleach it right on the line. You want to bleach it a little past the front, like your actual edge line. So right here, what I'm doing is basically like making sure I'm like spreading it out, and you see those chunks right there. That's because my foolish self didn't realize that I was actually in the wrong part. So that's why I started right there. But as you can see, you want to thin it out as much as possible. You don't want chunks right there. So that's why you see me right here, like basically thinning it out. And you're going to do this all the way, like on all of the part of the frontal. I like to start in the middle first, just in case I run out of product. The actual main part that you will be able to see is, done first. Okay, so now we're getting to like near the back of the frontal, and as you can see, you see like a band right there, and that band does not come on off 360 frontals. So basically, that band is allowing you to, tighten your frontal. So basically, like at first I wasn't going to bleach that part, but then I decided to. But I realized like once I bleached it, you can tell like there's a different color on the frontal itself before it's even bleached. And I realized once after I bleached it, the frontal band like sort of turned like a darkish purplish color. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway, so I really don't think it will be a problem. But I don't know. I never really, had a unit that had a band on it. So that was kind of new to me. So here I am at the back of the frontal, and I'm basically making sure on the edges, I am basically, getting those hairs bleached as well. Not those hairs, but those knots. I'm sorry. You want to make sure that the bleach is everywhere. Now, as you can see, like on the opposite side, I really was impressed to bleach that part because of the simple fact that, excuse me, on this, it's just the simple fact that when you actually apply the frontal onto your head, the tracks are going to be laid right there, so you're not going to be able to see that lace anyway. So it's basically more like a perimeter thing when it comes to the edges in the back of the frontal. Now, what I do is I rinse my frontal in cold water. I do not use hot water. But right here, I'm basically showing you how the frontal looks after it is rinsed out. Like after the bleach is rinsed out of the frontal, I'm basically showing you how it looks and how see-through it is. As you can see in the video clip before I even started demonstrating how I did it, you guys can see how well the frontal was bleached and how good it looks. Now, after I did this, I plucked the frontal. So what you see in the previous video clip, the first video clip, is basically the frontal plucked afterwards. Now, if you feel like you want your frontal to be plucked even more, please make sure you go ahead and do so. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope I explained how to bleach the knots of your 360 frontal very well. If you guys want to see a how to pluck your frontal video or a how to make, the full unit itself, please comment down below and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.
Bitch, 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 I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch, 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 I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch, 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 I'm a